Hello, Maury. Hello, 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 and ho, 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 and welcome to Bemis Crafty Corner for part 2 of our, Merry Christmas holiday cheer. Nobody's going to be alone. I mean, I can't be there, but I'm here. And, we're going to play. We're playing. That's all we're doing today. We're just playing. We're goofing around, we're talking, and we're playing. So we made a bunch of stuff this morning and the other day, and we are now getting started decorating in our bucket. I am cooking my dinner, and just got to phone with my dad. I have a very strange relationship with my father, but we don't need to talk about that. It's just different. So I'm going to do this at the top of the page. Not that one. Let's do this one. There. Close enough for hand grenades and horseshoes. It's a little crooked. You'll forgive me. That's that fabric stuff. I really like it. I do. I really like this. Let's see. Let's see. See, I think this stuff just doesn't, it just doesn't really say anything. Although there's this one that says sunflower, so we'll use that one. Just put it right there. Okay, I'm done playing with those. So, yes, so I talked to my dad. My dad is in New Jersey. So I tried to wait long enough, like with the 3-hour time difference, that he would be home from doing what he was doing. And unfortunately, I caught him in the car. And he got home just shortly after I called him. So I had to wait while he took my step monster in the house. I think we're going to put this right here. Minimal decorations. We're doing minimal decorations on this. I mean, there's some over-the-top pieces, but by and large, we're going to do this minimal. So, dinner's in the oven, and I've just turned that over to Hub. Should be done probably within the next 30 minutes or so. But we're going to hang out here for a while. I'm going to put some of these on here, like little brads. I don't have, I don't want to put brads on it. Where's that pokey thing? Here it is. Big ones. I think big ones. Let's try it. Yeah, the big ones. Harry's here. He can't get on the desk, though, because the stuff's on the desk. Hi, Candy! Carla! He's good. He's good. We just spent, what, $800 buying him stuff for the house, honey?
Ooh.
Mikey.
$9.
Yeah, Pop went to go see him, and back in October, you guys know that, and found out that, like, his entire fuse box needed to be redone, and it needed all new switches and everything, so $900 to get a new box and all of that. Luckily, because he did the HVAC, he knows how to do all of that. He knows how to do all the wiring and stuff himself. So he gets to save money.
Yeah, I saw it. Bought all the breakers for him to be able to swap them all out. Because when some of them are as old as his father, it's time to change them.
Right? Hello, Miss Candy. Merry Christmas to you. Happy Hanukkah. I hope that you've enjoyed your season of light. You finished your dragon? Holy crap. Good for you, girl. I want to put this in. I just don't know where it's going. Is it crooked? It looks crooked. We're going to put that in the trimmer and find out if it's crooked. I think it is. Why, of course it is. And now it looks even more crooked. Okay, that's straighter. But now it's uneven. Let's take a little bit off this side. Yes, I caught my dad like pulling into the driveway. And he lives in northern New Jersey, so it's very snowy there. Very snowy. They are calling for 5 to 8 inches tomorrow. And I'm sitting here going, nope, nobody, nope, nope. Jesus. Yeah, so his dad was there, and when his dad was there, his dad was helping him do a little work, and he mentioned the really crappy, icky poo electrical. So they took a look at it and decided, yeah, that needs to get fixed. I hate snow. I really do. I don't think that it's not that I hate snow. I'm just, guys, I have to tell you, as much as I love this, I don't think this works in this book. So I'm taking it out. Yeah, I feel a little better now. Okay. So we're going to put some washi tape on here. We're going to be careful because this is that washi tape that is, cut. And unfortunately, it likes to tear. Yeah. I mean, I don't hate snow. I mean, I lived in Alaska, for crying out loud. But it is definitely not my favorite. And my dad lives up on a freaking mountain, like at the end of the Poconos. And yeah. And they get snow. Like, oh my God. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. So. Yeah, because you don't have to drive in it, see? When I lived in Alaska, there's the driving test in Alaska, the written test. They actually have a question on there that is, if you're driving 60 miles, an hour down the street. And there's a buffalo, a moose in the road. Who has the right of way? The freaking moose. Every time. The moose.
The 2,000-pound tank sitting in the middle of the road.
Has the right of way. You have the right to get out of its way. And if you don't get out of its way and you hit it, then you have the right of calling the local state butcher who's going to come out and butcher that animal. And then you're going to get a piece of the meat. You get a portion of it, and then the rest of it goes to feed handicapped, disabled, underprivileged, indigenous peoples. There. We're still thinking about this. I haven't found the dot things yet. We're going to find those. Okay. Now, this does not interfere with that, so we're good. Yeah, I'm sure they do. Michelle sent me these, so we're gonna see about using one. Maybe this one. Let's cut it out. Come on for there. There we go. Put it right here. And then transferring. Where's the ball?
Yes, it's outside. Come on.
Okay. We're working on it. It's just being stubborn. Well, hi, Michelle. Nope, this is Memorex. Thank you for coming. Okay, this is not working. I don't know why, but it's like only part of it is adhering. No. Might have to put something else on here over this because this may not work. Okay. All right, we're going to try a little heat. Sometimes that'll help. Okay, yeah, it's not working at all. I'm going to try and get as much of it back off as I can. All right, I got it. I didn't want to go on there, so now we're going to find something else to put here. Yep, we'll put that there. Okay, see? No harm, no foul. All right, ham is in the oven. Sweet potatoes are in the oven. Well, candied yams. He likes candied yams. And stuffing is done. I'm not having a turkey, but you still have stuffing, you know. All right, so we put this on here where that was going to go. There we go. See? We'll make it happen. No, you're not crazy. I was on this morning for my regular time. And then I'm back now. And I'll be here for about an hour. And then I'll be gone. And then I'll come back again. I'm like your worst nightmare. I am not doing nothing to this side. As far as I'm concerned, this can stay just the way it is. I might put a little washi tape over here or something. I don't know. But it's staying. All right, now we got this. And we need a larger journaling card. Larger. If this piece we could turn into a journaling card, that would be good. Okay, we're going to do that. So let's get our paper. See, that's why we didn't cut it out of the frame yet. So I'm going to put this on. And glue that down. Let's put the lid back on the glue and let's work on getting this cut out. Done up. Okay. That'd be a cute card front, wouldn't it? I think it would make a cute card front. I'm gonna have to remember that. Note to self. That would make a cute card front. Yes. I feel you. The produce has gotten bad lately. You know what, though? I can't do it. Mike likes to grocery shop at Walmart. And I can't. I cannot do any fresh produce or even dairy from Walmart. I just can't. Because, like, we'll get, like, a gallon of milk. He'll pick up a gallon of milk at the Walmart. And that stuff is, like, bad 4 days before the expiration date, you know? And then, like, wow, I got messed up. Okay, let me fix it. Let's see if we can fix this. Make it straight. Here, we'll have to put something in the corner up there. All right, so let's do this side. Love the writing page. We're just going to leave it for writing, so we're going to put this little piece on it. Oh my God, I would never buy those. But I can't do the produce at Walmart. I just cannot. I eat those pre-peeled apples, you know, that they sell in the bag. I eat those every morning with my breakfast. It's my fruit. And 9 times out of 10, when he picks them up from there, I was going to put this over here, but that's like almost the exact same image. When he picks them up from the Walmart, they're gross in like 2 or 3 days. And so I just can't do it. I don't think that has enough yellow in it. Oh, I wouldn't have gotten them. I'd have said, what, how much? Oh, I don't think so. But thank you. You want what? Honey bunny,
Yes, dear.
are you making the potatoes soon?
I didn't know I was doing that.
I just turned everything over to you. I said, ham's in the oven needs to get to 140 because it's smoked, so it's okay to go at 140. Potatoes need to be whipped.
Okay.
Everything else is good, but you might want to heat warm stuff up. But you're probably going to want to check the gravy. When did I put that away? Where did it go? Oh, it's over here. I'm like, why did I put that away? I want to put this on here. Yeah. See, I think that's the problem here. I don't think they handle them right. And I was in the produce section at Walmart here, one of the superstores, not that long ago. And Mike was like, do you want to grab your apples while we're here? And I looked at the apples and I was like, no, they're all nasty. And the produce manager was standing right there. And I was like, I didn't realize it was the produce manager. And I was like, I just really, no, I'll go over to Winco later or tomorrow and get it. She looked genuinely upset that I didn't like her produce. But if she had walked one aisle over in her produce section, she would have seen that there were rotting tomatoes sitting there, just in a semi-empty tub with rotting tomatoes. And it's like, that's why I can't buy my produce at Walmart. Can't. All right, let's see. We're looking good so far. I still haven't figured out if we're going to put something on here. I don't think so. We'll keep going. If we come back to it, we'll come back to it, you know? All right, this side. If I could cut a straight line, I would be so impressed. Close enough for hand grenades and horseshoes or journal making. You know. This is that peel and stick stuff. Okay. Yeah, till 2. Oh my God. Hey, you know what? This background blends into the paper. I'm not gonna ink this because it blends into that. It's almost the same color. So we're gonna put this on here and we're not gonna blend. We're gonna put an ink on it. We're just gonna let it blend. We're gonna make this the chameleon piece. Blending and blending. Okay. Look at that. Okay, what is HEB? Tell me. Your tortilla skills are subpar. Oh my God. Dougie. Yes, what? If I give you everything Santa Claus brought you, you'll eat it all right now. Here's your candied yams. For you. Stuffing, corn, brown gravy.
He's holding him.
Okay, put it back in. Okay. It's a grocery store. It's like Winco? Okay. I have my Grinch socks on today. Yeah, I'm real dressed up for Christmas. I have my Grinch socks on, my Minion jammy pants, and my plain black t-shirt. I'm so dressed up for the holiday. Okay. Okay, we're going to trim this off on the end because it looks stupid. With that hanging off there. And then I didn't when I made it because I didn't want it to, I'm going to back it because we want it to be backed at. I need a ruler. 1 3/4 inches. I'm going to back it because I'm going to turn it into a tuck. Okay, 1 3/4. Okay, that's good. All right, so we're going to put glue on here. We're going to back it on this piece of yellow paper. We're going to turn this into a tuck and put something under it. Well, the one I pulled out was done. I went mushy mushy, and it went smushy smushy. Okay. I like that. It's going to fit too. Okay. We're going to do some cussy cut. Ready? First, let's get rid of these edges. Those we want to keep straight. Doop. And then this one. Okay. All right, let's see. So our page is 7.5. This piece is just a hair under. Nope, it's right at 8. Okay, so we're going to take a 1/2 inch off, which I think we're going to take off the top. Because it has less stuff. 1/2 inch. Okay. And then I'm going to put this on another piece of paper. I stopped buying organic produce when I watched a special where it's just regular produce and they just put it in a box marked organic. And I went, okay, I'm done. Let me see if I have some scrap. I have this in cookie crumb. I think this might be the last piece of my cookie. Now, where's my piece? There it is. Okay. So I'm going to glue this on here, and then we're going to fussy cut it. Okay. So that's the part we're gluing down. Okay. Okay. So with that on there. Now, let's get this out, and then we'll get it fussy cut it. Fussy cut it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And it's perfect. All right, so let's glue this down. We have a Sprouts, a Trader Joe's, and a Whole Foods, all within like a mile. And every now and then I stop in there for, because they're actually the closest grocery stores. And they're in my circle. I like to drive in circles. And they are in my circle. So I went in there the other day and I bought a pint of heavy whipping cream. And I spent $6 on a quart at like Smith's, Albertsons, Dick Winco, and what's the other one? Smith's, Winco, Albertsons. Can't remember it. There's 4 grocery stores. Walmart. Okay, that's it. And I pay $6 for a quart. That's my problem with those stores. And it's no, it's not any better. I forgot to ink this. Oh my God. It's not any better. It's still the same cream. It's not organic or anything. How do I know this? Because I looked at the bottle, and other than the fact that it's labeled for them, it comes from the same dairy that the other ones come from. All right, let's see. What do we have? Put that in there. And this little cutie up here. When I was a kid, my grandfather used to have a garden. We're talking award-winning, like oh my God, garden. And I used to pull the produce right off the vine and eat it right there in the garden. And that man, he grew Jersey beefsteak tomatoes, which if you've never had a Jersey beefsteak, it is a true beefsteak. There is almost no seed in it at all. It is not what they call beefsteak today. What is something is jamming us up? What is it? Okay. I don't know. Just wasn't folded right. I still got to find those things. But I remember going out in his garden and I would just pull like bell peppers off the vine and eat them. Green beans off the vine and snap them and eat them. Cucumbers. I'd eat cucumbers right off the vine. And he grew like 8 different types of cucumbers and 3 different kinds of bell peppers and 2 different kinds of green beans and squash, pumpkins. I mean, geez, you name it, he grew it. And I remember eating that stuff when I was a kid. And he used to take, he used to grow pickles for a friend of his that made, he used to grow the pickle cucumbers for a friend of his that made pickles over in the city. And to me, that's like fresh. And my grandfather never used any chemicals in his garden. Never. He ran a bait business where he sold minnows as bait for fishermen. And so he had the bait tanks in the backyard. Well, he would go fishing and he would bring home the fish and he would, gut it and clean it. But he'd always save the slop. And when he got home, he had an old blender out in the garage and he would put the stuff in the blender and he'd mash it up. And then he'd take a ladle and he'd go out and dig a trench next to one of his plants, one of his rows, and he'd ladle that in and then he'd cover it up. Yes, his garden smelled like crap, but fantastic. And then every winter when fall would come after he pulled in all of the squashes and stuff, then he would go out there and he'd put hay over it and then cover it with bags, the burlap bags. And he had parts of the backyard where he grew potatoes, and those he grew year round. They just grew. And he'd go out and take the snow off the top of it, and he'd open it up and take off the hay, and he'd reach in there and he'd pull out 4 or 5 potatoes for my grandmother. Oh, no. Yeah, no, he never used anything other than leftover fish parts for fertilizer. And he grew some of the most incredible vegetables I've ever seen or tasted. They were just fantastic. All right, what are we at? What do we got going? Oh, we're going to get this put away before it totally unwinds. I love these. I have several of them, and I picked the one that had the most yellow in it for this. Where's the rubber band, man? Rubber band, man. I don't know. So we'll just get a new one. Probably dropped it on the floor. Who knows? All right, I have to get ready to eat, so let's do that number thing. Be low, be low. I want it to be really low because I want to eat glazed ham and potatoes and all the other things that I'm not supposed to. Don't look at my red inner fluids. Perfect. 103. Which means I can eat. Well, I've still got a little bit before I, eat. Your PG is right where it should be before a meal. Yay! QB, what's up? All right, so let's do the next page. So we have this, and I thought this would be cute, wouldn't it? But I'm thinking it's a pocket, so we'll back it. So let's do, where is it? Here it is. Gotta get the right one. All right, so let's do a big corner chomp on this. Right? Okay. Then we can put that on there. Then we'll cut it down and use it as a pocket. So let's ink this. Okay, glue. Glue helps when you're trying to glue things together. Oh, I had a menopause day yesterday, guys. Yeah, I did. Total menopause brain. I got up. One of the puppies had an accident. So I went to clean it up. And instead of grabbing the toilet paper, I grabbed the pole that it sits on. Left the toilet paper in the bathroom. Then I came out. I was gonna make my breakfast. And I'm wondering why my bacon's not cooking. Your bacon's not cooking, stupid, because you didn't turn the burner on. Who's having a menopause day? Yep. And that is my life. Then, of course, my daughter comes over yesterday, and she's perimenopausal. Well, you know, she's pushing 40. She's 36 years old. And I got my perimenopause when I was in my late 30s to early 40s. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Welcome, 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 welcome. But, oh, look, there's that rubber band we were looking for. See? Shit. Okay. When you put a card in here, what's it going to be? This one. Because I can. And let's put a word. A word? A word. Wordy, wordy, word. We'll add a word. What should we do? How about mesmerizing? No. How about happy? Let's do happy. We'll put happy on there. I feel bad doing the, you guys noticed probably that I haven't done the All in the Family thing lately. I just feel it's disrespectful at this time. So I'm trying to behave myself. Hi, Tina. Hello, hello, and welcome. Happy holidays. What else shall we do? I think it needs something. I think it needs maybe this. Maybe it needs like a washi tape or one of these paper strips that imitates a washi strip. Yeah, we're going to put that one on there. Okay. So let's, right there. Okay. So we're going to cut this one right here. Okay. There we go. Ink. I forget all the time. What do you want from me? Okay. Somebody said I should start a channel, The Angry Crafter. No! I don't want to. Because then I wouldn't be able to share my joy and anger with y'all. I'd be over there being aggressive, mean, bitchy. Oh, okay, here we go. Glue. We're putting glue on things. We're gluing things. Okay. Do the thing. We're going to do this. Here we go. Now, Hubbard's out of the house, so I'm going to go check those potatoes. Hold on. I don't think they're undercooked. No, they're cooked. They're just weird texture. Okay, so this has definitely got to go. This is a lot. This is a lot to. We need to break this up. All right, so we need to take a little bit off of each side of this to make it fit. Yeah, I think they're cooked fine, honey. I think it's just a texture thing. Why am I talking to him? He's in his phone. Miss Maggie! Hi, honey! Angry crafters. If you're ticked off at your crafting supplies, you're my next guest. What did your crafting supplies do to you? Okay. What? I was a little crazy. All right, we're just gonna make a little card out of this little journal card, stick it here, okay? Because I can. Shush. Yeah. Okay. You know what else? It helps if you put the stuff down straight. Does it? Does it though? Yeah, it does. Get your crap together, fat lady. Lunatic. All right. Let's see. These are okay. It's not great, but it works. It needs a little more of a trim. Okay. We put that in. Are we going to add other things? Probably. Right? Grind your gears over here. That's right. We're angry and we craft. Okay. Let's see. How are we doing here? I think we're doing okay. It looks good. I think we're going to have enough to get all the way through. This is our middle piece right here. So that's the middle page. So I think we're going to have enough to make it all the way through the book. I may have to make some more stuff. I don't know. I never know. All right, I'm putting the boots here. It's going to be a tuck. Why? Because I put a back on it. Why did I put a back on it? Because I don't know. But we're going to put it right here. And I don't know. This needs something. Let me think. Let me see. Let me see. I know what I'm thinking. I just don't know where they are. We'll find them. Let's take a look. Gotta find the right one. Nope. That's not it. That has possibilities. No, 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 no. Yes, I made a freaking mess out of this. What a disaster. No. No. Although, you know, they are more common. Sunflowers are more common in the fall. Oh, I kind of like that one. Well, it kind of looks like, you know, petals. No. No, 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 no. Okay. Kind of like, I think that one the best. I got one on the floor. Hi guys, how you doing? Okay, here we go. All right. I kind of like this one. Take it off right there. We'll save that. We might use it for something else. And then we're going to get the paper off of this. I am going to take a little of that off though. It was a bit much. Shush. Okay. Raindrops keep falling on my head. Oh, I kind of like it. In a weird kind of way. Oh, I really miss Joann's, especially when I'm doing book covers and stuff, because really the only option now is to go to a quilt shop where the fabric is like $15 a yard, and they have a 1 yard minimum, or Hobby Snobby, where everything is a little snobby. I don't know. Their stuff is just, I don't know, it's kind of pretentious. But I mean, all of their stuff is very, it all has a bit of a religious tone to it. Okay, we're going to ink this and see. I don't want to use it as a tuck. I just want to put it on there like as a label on the page, And I can tell you already, I don't like this. So get rid of it. Okay. This paper is just thin enough that the punch won't, it folds it, it doesn't punch it. So you get this really cool crease in the paper, but All right, so we're going to put this on here. I think I'm going to put it over here. This is our centerpiece, so we got to figure it out. I'm going to put that there. And I think I might put this down here, like writing. You should write something. And I don't know, maybe we'll go down the sides. I'm going to go down the sides. So, washi tape here and there. Hi, Sally. Yeah, the moderation and everything on YouTube has been a little weird lately. So if for whatever reason you can't type in the chat or whatever, I apologize. That used to be the thing with Joann's. That's why Joann's went bankrupt. Because they were very greedy. And the people that worked for them were not the best. I worked there years ago. And the only reason I worked there was because they give their employees a 50% off coupon for Christmas. You buy any item in the store you want for 50% off. Now, that can be a cut of fabric. Okay, I just dumped all that stuff on the floor. It could be a cut of fabric. It could be like a product, whatever. But at Joann's, they had that catch, and it did not apply. Because they had that catch where they would put out like a 50% coupon, but then they would lower the price of something 40%. So you would only be able to get the 40% on the item. Well, their employee coupons, they didn't do that. You could get anything, even if it was already marked down. You could still get your discount. Okay, great. So the only reason I worked there was because I wanted a pair of Ganger scissors. And at the time, I couldn't afford them. I still had kids at home, And those gold and silver Gangers were like $100. The real top end ones. I wanted them. So I went to work there. So I went in, I did the interview process, put in the resume, the whole 9 yards, and was hired as an assistant manager. And soon found out that everybody from the manager to the district manager to the area manager all ripped the place off 25 ways from Sunday. I watched, that they used to do those Black Friday deals on the fabric where they would sell it like for $1 a yard or 50% off or think it was $1 a yard. It was like a Black Friday thing, and it was mostly on like flannel. You could buy their flannels for $1 a yard. And so I would watch them come in and be brought in and then put on the racks, and then they would disappear off the racks because the manager and the district manager and the regional manager and all of that, they would take it right back out the back door. They didn't pay for it. They would just take it. If something came in and the manager wanted it, she would damage it out and take it home. That was the problem Joann's had. Yeah. They nobody in there, like, they didn't even bring in like guest artists, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't bring in somebody who was a creative person and would be there to kind of guide. And then the other problem they had is they got too ahead of themselves. You would have they would get in fake florals. And they had a huge department for their fake florals that never sold. The whole time I worked there, never once did I watch fake flowers get sold. They had a section full of kids' toys, which is great, except those kids' toys were cheaper every other place there was. You could get the exact same kid toys at Walmart, at Target, and they were cheaper. Every single Joann's had a bridal fabric section that they actually kept fully stocked and inventoried. And the thing is nobody makes wedding dresses anymore. You might get one person who makes a wedding dress. Well, in that case, why don't you just have sample books and have people, if they want to come in, they could come in and talk to a wedding coordinator, and you could look at the samples and go, oh, yes, this is the fabric I want. All right, you're going to make this dress. How many yards do we need? Blah, 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 blah. Let's order it in. I can have it for you here in 2 days. Nope. And then they had their framing. And let's be honest, Joann's was never known for framing. Yet they had a huge framing department in every single store. If you think of framing, you think Michael's. And that's where you take your stuff to have it framed. You don't go to Joann's for that. Yet they had a huge section of the store dedicated to it. They had a huge section of the store that had upholstery. And I'm sorry, but that's not their primary. Joann's primary should have been their yarns, their arts and crafts. So, their papers and things like that. And their quilting type fabrics. Because nobody makes clothes anymore. They really don't. Not a lot of people make clothing. And if they do make clothing, it's like a one-off.
You gotta go outside? Jen? You gotta go? No? Okay.
So they should have gotten rid of their kids department. They should have gotten rid of their artificial flowers, or at least reduced it down. They don't need 6 aisles of artificial flowers. Nobody's ever in that department. if I'm looking for stuff for making candy making and cake baking and all that kind of stuff, I'm not going to the craft store for that. I'm going to go to Walmart where I can get everything I need in one store. So get rid of that.
Yeah, Michael's has got a huge selection of that shit too.
Or at least reduce it. You don't need 6 aisles of it. You know what I mean? They could have bulked up their paper crafting section because it was always lacking. And then they had their fine art section. And if I'm somebody who's looking for fine art, I'm not going to Joann's. I'm going to Blick. I'm going to an actual art store. You know what I mean? They had nobody that knew what the hell they were doing. Everybody that I knew of, from regional managers down to store managers, was robbing them blind 6 ways from Sunday every single day. I watched a manager do all of her Christmas shopping for her grandkids in the toy department in Joann's. And when she went to the register, she had a basket full of stuff and paid like $12 because she gave herself a 90% discount on everything. Also, Joann's had a habit of getting in a machine. They would get in like this little sidekick. These little sidekicks, they sell for $20, $25 everywhere. Okay, we'll say that. Joann's would get them, and they would sell them at $40 and then put a coupon on it, so you would get it for $29 or $30, and then they tell you were getting a deal. And a lot of people believe that crap. If I know I can get this someplace else for $25, why would I come into your store and get it at $40 and get a 25% off coupon where I can get it for $30 if I can still get it for $25 down the street? Joann's used to take all of their tools like this. And I used to, yeah. They used to take all their tools like that, and they would mark them up about 30% above retail. So if a machine was $400, they would take it up 30%, and then they do a 50% coupon. So you'd only really be getting 20% off the item to begin with. And they'd be calling that a sale. And when they put the good coupons in, they would put stuff on sale that they knew you would want in that season. Like in the spring when people start making quilts for the fall, they would put the fabric on sale at 20 or 30% off, but then they'd publish a 50% coupon. And everybody knew how it's scammed. But people would still go in there. And then they had so much other stuff, so much junk that would just sit there. Like their checkout aisle, oh my God. Some of the crap they had there, and it was ridiculous. Like I would walk in and get in the aisle because my daughter used to shop there to get her yarn. Alex crochets. And so she would shop there to get her yarn. And we'd get in the checkout lane, and it would be like, I'm looking at stuff that I know is at the 99-cent only store. It's at the Dollar Tree currently. It's $1. It's $6, $7 there. Are you kidding me? It's okay. You can yell about it. Well, keep an eye on my shop too, because yes, they are used, but I do recondition them. But I have some Cuddlebugs coming out. I have the Sizzix that's in there right now. And then I have, I think I have another Big Shot going in. I have to look outside. I think I have a Big Shot going in, and I might have another one. I don't remember what the hell it is. Don't ask me. I don't know. It's over there somewhere. Quilt store, heroin store, not evidence. I scored for 2 big totes of fabric. Ooh, yeah. Yay. All right, guys, we are over the 1 hour mark here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up for now because I'm hungry and I want to check my ham and see if it's ready. And if it is, I'm going to eat. I'm hungry. I'm very, very hungry. So I'm going to take about 2 hours to eat, and then I'm going to get back with you guys. So I'll be back. So let's see, it's like 3:48. So we'll call it 4. So about 5:30, 6 o'clock, I'll be back again, hanging out with y'all. So 5:30, 6 o'clock my time. So that's 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 6, 7, 8, and 9 across country. Okay. So keep an eye out for that. About 2 hours. 2 hours. All right. All right, honey, get some rest. All right. I don't want anybody to be alone. So, hang out. We'll shoot the crap. We'll, be obnoxious. We can do that here. It's my channel. We're not monetized and I don't give a crap. But we're going to go ahead and get all that, I'm going to eat all that food and get full and fat and happy. And then I'll be back and we'll hang out and we'll work some more on this yellow journal. And if we finish it, we finish it. If we don't, well, what the hell? We'll move on. We'll keep going, guys. All right, that's it. That's all I have until I see you guys in about 2 hours. Stay well, stay hydrated. If you're going to bed, sleep well. I hope that you had a fantastic holiday. And thank you for coming and joining me here. Okay? I love you guys and I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye.